Hey folks, Russ Matney. Hey, today I'm going to be installing a handrail, and that is for, this is a garage that we're in right now, and you can see a few steps down here. There's about 3 steps that go into the house, and this customer is wanting a handrail right here of about 3 feet probably. So something that some of you may need, I'm going to show you how to do it. The first thing we're going to do is find the studs, and it is very important that you find studs on this. So you take stud finder, there's one, so I'm going to mark that, just the slightest little mark. And we only need 2 because we're only going to do about 3 feet. And there's a second one right there. Just the slightest little mark. Okay, so once we've found that, then that tells us how long we need this thing to be. And in this case, this is only about 3 feet from here to here. So I'm going to cut a 3-foot piece out of this rail. Now this can be bought at Home Depot, and it is actually for handrails. And it sells it by the foot. I think it's about $4 a foot. So I've got a 4-foot piece here. I'm going to cut it down to size, and then we'll stain it. I'll show you how to install it. Okay, so I've measured this to 30 inches is what I need. So we're just going to make a little mark at 30 inches. And then we're going to cut it. Okay, and then from there, you can see the edges. We're just going to knock this off with a little bit of sandpaper and knock off the other end as well, and then we're ready to stain it. Okay, the stain that we are using is from Home Depot. This is I think it's just a pint. What is this? 8 ounces. So not even. And it's just a cup, I guess. And it's about $7 or $8 for this. This is a dark walnut. I'm just trying to match what they currently have in on their door. And I'm just doing this on the back of my truck on the tailgate. And I put a 2x4 here just to catch the excess. I'm doing the underside first, because the underside, if I make any flaws or mistakes, I'd rather it be on the underside than where it's showing. So I'm going to do the underside first. And then even while it's wet, because it's a stain, it's not a paint, I can flip it over and do the top side at the same time. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And make sure, I don't know if this is showing up on camera, I think it is. Make sure you get the edges too, because you're going to be able to see them. All right, so let's flip this over. And now we'll stain the part that you're going to see all the time. It's going to end up looking really good. All right, and that's it. All right. So, the next question, how many coats do you have to do? Well, we don't know. I'm going to let this dry and see how it looks compared to the door, which it's next to. And if it looks good with 1 coat, we're going to leave it. If I need to make it a little bit darker, then we'll do a 2nd coat. We're going to let this dry out. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put our handrail or our brackets up. So these brackets you can get at Home Depot. They're about maybe like $8 or $9 a piece. I need 2 of them because it's only a 30-inch handrail. And remember where we made our mark to find the stud? So I've determined that I want this handrail at about 42 inches above this floor. You know, you could do 40, but anyway, 42 to me feels pretty good. And so we're gonna take my level to make sure that we are square going up here. And I'm gonna make a mark once I know this is level at 42 inches. Right there. Okay, that's my mark for that bracket. The screw that comes with the bracket is a thick screw, and it's about 2 inches long, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of help. I'm gonna drill a hole first. And that's going right into wood, and that's good. And then from there, we're gonna take the bracket, it goes in this position, like that, right? And we're gonna put it in. And keep it a little bit loose, don't tighten it all the way that way because it's gonna be at an angle. And then once you get this thing in position, then you can tighten that. So I'm gonna do the same thing at this one. Okay, so we're ready to install. So I told you, keep these a little bit flexible. And that's so. Put this on top and then just figure out the best place to put it. And then that package comes with a couple of screws per bracket. And we're gonna try and get this in. There's one. Looks pretty good. There's 2. Let's go ahead and get all 4 and then we'll tighten up the entire bracket. Three, and 4. All right, last thing to do, let's just tighten these up. And that's it. And by the way, this is in the studs. It's got to be in studs because there's going to be a lot of pressure on these. Okay, and here's the finished product. You can see the stain that I was trying to do is get as close to these doors as I could. Pretty darn good. I wanted to keep it a little bit of a wood grain showing through like the doors have. So I'm pleased with that. So that's a wrap, folks. Hey, listen, this is an easy project. This took me probably an hour and a half, maybe even less than that. You can do it in a couple of hours. This doesn't cost very much. I probably have all of 20 bucks into everything, maybe 25, maybe 30. Now I think about it, because you gotta stain it. So maybe 30 bucks and a couple hours of work, and you can help yourself or you can help your parents if they need help as they are aging. So give it a shot. If you need my help, give me a call. See ya.